Good morning, my dear boys. So today we are discussing an interesting topic, that is nodes, and other one is shapes of different orbitals. Shapes of orbitals. So these are very important. So all these values are coming from Schrodinger's wave equation. Schrodinger's wave equation. That is from quantum mechanical model of an atom. Quantum mechanical model of an atom. What I told, not what I am going to discuss here is totally from quantum mechanical model. That is the latest atomic model. And okay, so see here. First of all, I am going to discuss nodes. What is this node? Node is nothing but where the probability of finding electron becomes zero. It is the three-dimensional space in atom where the probability of finding electron is zero. Probability of finding electron is nothing but psi square. Psi is wave function, but psi square is probability of finding electron. If this probability of finding electron is equal to zero, so it is the three-dimensional space in atom. It is the three-dimensional space in atom where psi square becomes zero. Probability of finding electron becomes zero. Is called as a node. If psi square is a maximum, if psi square is maximum, that is called as orbital. That is called as orbital. So that means at certain distance, psi square becomes maximum. At certain conditions, psi square is equal to zero. If they are equal to zero, psi square equal to zero, that is a node. If psi square is maximum, that particular region, that particular area, that three-dimensional space is considered as an orbital. Considered as an. So now I mean node, that is psi square becomes zero. Psi is a function of, that is r, theta, and phi. So now this becomes zero. That is for nodes. So already I told this one yesterday. That is polar coordinates. Next, that means psi with respect to r and psi with respect to theta and phi becomes zero. So this part is called as radial part. Radial part. This is taken as angular part. Radial part and angular part. So this entire part equal to zero, that is taken as node. If this one is zero, so automatically psi function also equal to zero. Therefore, if psi r is equal to zero, that is taken as radial node. Or if psi theta phi, angular part is equal to zero, now it is called as angular node. That means every orbital has two regions, two parts, radial part and angular part. That is psi in terms of, that is polar coordinates r, theta, and phi. Already I told yesterday. So that is psi with respect to r and psi with respect to theta and phi. That is the angular part. So those become zero. If psi r is equal to zero, that is radial part. That is radial node. The corresponding is called as radial node. And psi theta phi is equal to zero, that is taken as angular node. Angular node. So this angular radial node is also called as, radial node is also called as a spherical node. Radial node or spherical node, both are same. Okay. Next, angular nodes or nodal plane. Both are the same. Radial node or spherical node, both are same. Angular node or nodal plane, both are same. So these are very, very important. If psi r becomes 0, that is radial node. Psi theta phi becomes 0, that is angular node. These two are available for an orbital. That is for psi function. Psi. So that is wave function. Therefore, so these are nodes. Now I'm going to explain what is this radial node, what is this angular node. So that means the node is nothing but where psi square is equal to 0. Where psi square is equal to 0, that is all these are conditions. So that means finally nodes are two types. One is radial node, another one is angular node. Now, what is radial node? What is angular node? See here, this is the nucleus of the atom. This is the orbit where electron revolving around the nucleus in a closed circular path as per our Bohr theory, but latest in that orbit in the form of wave. Now the distance from this center of the nucleus to that orbit is let it be r. Let it be r. Now let us consider another orbit from the nucleus at a distance r plus dr, and at a distance r plus dr. These are the two orbits. These are the two orbits. So these are now one from at a distance r from the nucleus, and the one is r plus dr. Now, what is the value of this one? This space, it's a space. This is taken as dr. This is taken as dr. Now I am going to find out how much is the psi square value at this region. Psi square means probability of finding electron. I am going to try to find out psi square value at that particular point. That means, so I am going to only discussing, here it is, that is the radius, it is the distance between. So now I am going to shade this region. This is shaded region only we are considering here. My dear boys, this is three-dimensional space. It is a three-dimension, not a two-dimension sphere. It is one sphere. It is another sphere. Between these two spheres, there is a certain region with a thickness of the dr. With a thickness of the dr. Now, I think this seems to be a cycle type or bike tube set, tire tube set. It is just, so air filling area is there. That air filling area is this one. Okay, that means I'm going to find out a radial distance, psi square value. Radial distance, that is at a distance r. Now I'm going to find out psi r, psi at a distance dr, at a volume dr. So now it is, see here, psi square dV. V means the change in volume, that is a difference of volume. So now this is the volume of the first sphere, this is the volume of second sphere, second volume minus first volume becomes, this is the value. So now I am going to find out the psi square value at this particular volume. Now the volume is psi square dV. Psi square dV. So if this value is equal to 0, now if this value is equal to 0, that means this is the region where psi square, there is a probability of finding electron is 0 at a certain volume. So around the atom in three-dimensional space, that particular region, this particular region is called as radial region. Or in particular taken as nodal region. Nodal region. So nodal region, that is radial node are called as radial node, is called as radial node or nodal region. This is the way to find out radial node. That means, so I am going to find out this region. Probability of finding electron in that particular shaded area. That is not area, it is in a volume. So if that value is equal to 0 at that particular situation, now that is taken as radial node or nodal region. That's why radial nodes and nodal regions are same. Radial nodes or nodal regions are same. So in general, this radial node or nodal regions are equal to n minus L minus 1. The value, how many radial nodes for a particular orbital, for a particular subenergy level, how many radial nodes? That is, the number of radial nodes is equal to n minus L minus 1 equivalent. So number of radial nodes are equal to n minus L minus 1. This is very, very important, my dear boys. Therefore, radial nodes are calculated by using the formula is equal to n minus L minus 1. Here n is the principal quantum number, L is the azimuthal quantum number, and L is the azimuthal quantum number. So this is the way to calculate number of radial nodes. Number of radial nodes. Now I am going to find out probability of finding electron in that particular region. Probability of finding electron in this particular region, that is called as radial probability distribution. Radial probability distribution. So the function which is taken as a function, which is taken as radial probability distribution. Now I am going to find out how much is the chi-square value in that particular. If it becomes 0, that is radial node. If it is not becomes 0, how much is there? That is calculated, that is radial probability. How much probability is there? Not exactly any. There is only probability conditions are applicable. How much is the probability of that particular electron is there? So that is calculated by using certain conditions. That is the radial probability distribution function, which is indicated with the letter D or PR. D or PR. These two conditions are used. So later I am going to discuss radial probability distribution functions. So after completion of this note, okay. So now it is very, very important. Just a minute. Now it is very, very important, my dear boys. Please check once again. Now I am going to find out the probability of finding electron in this shaded volume. That is the chi-square at a volume dV and E. If it is equal to 0, that is called as nodal region or nodal plane. Sorry, radial node. Next, if angular part, that is psi theta phi, it is called as angular part of the orbital. Angular part. If angular part of the function is equal to 0, that is the chi-square angular part is equal to 0, that is called as angular node. At a particular value, and along x-axis, along y-axis at a particular angle. So if that chi-square becomes 0, now that is called as angular nodes or nodal planes. So this angular or nodal plane is equal to Ln. Numerically, the value is equal to Ln for a particular orbital. So therefore, there exist two types of nodes. There exist two types of nodes on a particular subenergy level. That is radial node and angular node. Radial node value is equal to n minus L minus 1. So angular node is equal to n minus, so that is Ln. Now I am going to calculate how many total number of nodes are there. Therefore, total nodes is equal to, that is radial nodes plus angular nodes. These are total number of nodes. Number of radial nodes, n minus L minus 1 plus L. So minus L minus gets cancelled. N minus N is the total number of nodes per a particular orbital. So very, very important, my dear boys. So number of radial nodes is equal to n minus L minus 1. Number of nodal planes or angular nodes is equal to Ln. Total number of nodes is equal to n minus 1. Just n minus 1. Total number of nodes is equal to n minus 1. These are the different values. We should remember radial nodes is equal to n minus L minus 1. Angular nodes is equal to L. Total number of nodes is equal to radial nodes plus angular nodes. That becomes n minus 1. That becomes n minus 1. So these are nodes and nodal points. For example, in a particular space, so the point at which the chi-square value is equal to 0. the point at which the psi square becomes 0. That point is called as nodal point. The plane where psi square is equal to 0, that is nodal plane. The region where the psi square value is equal to 0, nodal region. Node means psi square is equal to 0. If it is point, nodal point. If it is region, nodal region. If it is a plane, nodal plane. Nodal plane or angular node, both are same. So these are the different conditions to find out. So node is nothing but psi square is equal to 0. Node is nothing but psi square is equal to 0. And I think it is clear, I think, my dear boys. So how to find out number of nodes is equal to finally n minus 1. N minus 1. Radial nodes is equal to n minus L minus 1 plus angular nodes is equal to L. So therefore, total number of nodes is equal to n minus 1. Okay. So these are about your nodes. So node may be, so see here, that is both the angular part and nodal point. Point is nothing but, so for example, at this point in the atom, psi square is equal to 0. Now this point is called as nodal point. If it is a point, psi square, where the point psi square is equal to 0, nodal point. If it is region, nodal region. If it is plane, nodal plane. If it is surface, nodal surface. So everything is same. Node means psi square is equal to 0. Node means psi square is equal to 0. That's enough. Next one. Radial probability distribution function. Indicated with the letter D or sometimes PRN, probability function. Radial probability distribution function. Radial probability distribution function. Okay. So that is, so now I'm going to find out radial probability means probability of finding electron at a particular radius distance. That is just like in your previous case, that shaded red shaded volume is there. In that volume, I want to find out that psi square value. In that volume, I want to find out the psi square value. So that is explained with respect to this function. So that is the radial probability distribution function. See here. These are the two orbits at a concentric center. This is the center of that nucleus. Now, the distance from this center to this orbit is let it be r. From center to this orbit is equal to r plus dr. Now, the distance between these two is drn. The distance between these two is drn. Now, I'm going to find out. So, psi square value at this point. So, that is the radial probability of finding electron. I'm going to find out in this region. So this is the blue shaded region. In this region, I'm going to find out probability of finding electron. So see here. Now, first of all, how much is the volume of this region? Volume of this region is equal to volume of radial shell is equal to volume of outer orbit minus volume of inner orbit. This orbit volume minus this orbit volume is equal to this orbit volume minus. That is the volume of sphere with radius r plus dr minus volume of sphere with radius r. Volume of sphere with radius r. Now apply conditions. How much is the volume there? That is, this is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. R means r plus dr whole cube and minus 4/3 pi r cube and 4/3 pi r cube. Okay. Finally, we will get this value is equal to 4 pi r square dr and finally we will get the value. This is called as 4 pi r square dr and this is volume of shell and volume of shell. Now radial probability distribution. Radial probability distribution is equal to radial probability density into volume of radial shell and volume of radial shell. Now radial probability density, that is nothing but psi square r into volume of the sphere, volume of the shell, that is 4 pi r square dr and 4 pi r square dr. This is taken as d function. Therefore, d is equal to 4 pi r square psi square r dr. This function is called as radial probability distribution function. This function is taken as radial probability distribution function, which is also taken as a PR. Which is also taken as a PR. Now I am going to find out how much is the value for this one, how to write, how to draw radial probability conditions. So see here, my dear boys, I am going to find out chi square value for this one in this particular region. So that region, radial probability distribution is identified with the help of the formula radial probability density into volume. Density is radial probability density is nothing but chi square and density of electron chi square. That is the volume of that one is 4 pi r square dr. Finally, we will get this formula. Now I am going to write, I am going to draw some radial probability distribution curves, for different orbitals. For different orbitals. See here. For 1s orbital, I am going to draw a curve that is d versus r. R is the distance from the nucleus. D is the this function. D is this function. So see here. This is d on y-axis. D is nothing but entire this one or PR, or sometimes PR is used some books. This is radius in this direction. So now I want to find out the electron, that is the chi square value. So at the nucleus, it is 0. So as we are away from, that is, this is the nucleus of the atom, this is the orbit. See here. So when we are moving towards nucleus, towards orbit, the probability of finding electron becomes maximum. The probability of finding electron becomes maximum. See here. So these are the orbits. So as we are away from this nucleus, so slowly the probability of finding electron is becomes maximum. In this orbit, the probability function is very, very high. So after crossing that one, the value becomes 0. Becomes decreases. So that is why the curve is like this. The curve is like this. And increases to the maximum value. After that, it is going to be decreased. Don't touch with that x-axis. Don't touch with that x-axis, my dear boys. It is not touching anything. Okay. Now, it is maximum distance. Where the maximum density is there. That is where chi square is maximum. This distance is maximum distance. This distance is maximum distance this value for 1s orbital is 0.059 angstroms. For 1s orbital, that value is 0.059 angstroms. Now, how many peaks are there? Only one peak. That is for 1s orbital. 1s orbital. Similarly, it is a radial probability distribution cost. Radial probability distribution cost for 1s orbital, it is one curve is there. Now I am going to draw a second orbital. That is second orbital, second, that is a 2s orbital. For 2s orbital, it is just like this. At the end, don't touch. At the end, don't touch. Now, here is the point where psi square is equal to 0. That is the point where psi square is equal to 0. That psi square, it is nothing but node end. That is, it is a point. That is why it is called as a nodal point. Nodal point end. Here, two maxima we are observing. It is lower maximum. It is a higher maximum. And this is taken as a higher maximum. It is taken as a lower maximum. And higher maximum and lower maximum. These values for 2s orbital. It is for 2s orbital. It is for 2s orbital. For these values for 2s orbital, for lower maximum is at 0.53 angstroms, just like this one. Sorry, here also 0.53. Here also 0.53 angstroms. Now this is 2.6 angstroms from the nucleus end. 2.6 angstroms. Please be in mind these values. Now this nodal point is at 1.1 angstroms from the nucleus end. 1.1 angstroms from the nucleus. Nodal point we observed. Nodal point. So lower maximum at 0.53 and higher maximum at 2.6 angstroms. Higher maximum is at 2.6 angstroms. Sir, how is this? See here. I am going to draw 2s orbital. So orbitals in dotted lines. So s orbitals are in spherical shape. So this is the 1s orbital. 2s orbital something more in size. These dotted lines, all dots are electron density. That is the position where electron is available. This is the boundary surface for 2s orbital. Okay. Now I am going to draw a line. This is the nucleus. This is the orbit. Now here it is the probability density. Here it is distance from the nucleus. So now we are going to take lower maximum here. That is electron density is maximum. After that, this is the point where here psi square value, that is electron density is 0. After that, it becomes something more. And now this one. So that is, it is higher maximum. And it is higher maximum, it is lower maximum. So between them, there is a nodal point. And if it is a region, it is a nodal region. This is a nodal region. This is nodal region. This red shaded line is nodal region. Okay. So now this is lower maximum and this is higher maximum. That is I draw here. So just like this, different orbitals for 3s. So I am going to draw 3s orbital. So it is for 3s orbital. D, it is radius in angstroms. Okay. Now it has just like this. Just like this. How many peaks are there? 3 peaks. 3 peaks. It is the maximum distance. It is maximum. Sir, how these values are obtained? Lower maximum distance, higher maximum distance. These are obtained by using psi function. So later I am going to discuss the psi functions. How is that? So at last, that means if it touches to zero, automatically it becomes node end. That means so no nodal point away that point end. So here it is one node. Here it is two nodes, but there is no node end. That means for 3s orbital, nodes is equal to 2 end. For 1s orbital, 2s orbital, nodes is equal to 1 end. For 1s orbital, node is equal to 0 end. Node is equal to 0 end. So this is nodes. This is node end. My voice, it is not node end. It is not touching to the 0 point. So that means the psi square not becomes, D means psi square valued. Psi square not becomes 0 only. So my dear boys, here also can see, these cause only in positive way because D function is nothing but psi square function. 4 pi r square dr psi square. Psi square. That means the psi square value is only positive side. If psi is there, that is positive, that has both positive and negative values. But psi square is only positive, and that's why only this goes on positive end, not downward that line. That means negative lines are not available for this D function. Negative lines are not available for this D function. Therefore, for S orbital, number of peaks is equal not only for S orbital, any one. For any orbital in probability distribution curve, number of peaks is equal to n minus L. Number of peaks is equal to n minus L. See here, for S orbital, L is equal to 0. L is equal to 0. N is equal to 1. Therefore, 1 peak is there. For 2s orbital, 2 peaks are there. For 3s orbital, 3 peaks are there. L value becomes 0. Now for p orbital, T orbital starts from 2p and 1p not exists. 2p. Now it is a D function. It is R. Now it is just like this. Just like this. Only 1 peak. Only 1 peak. For 3p, it is just like this. So it is R. It is D function. That is the 3p. 3p. That means number of peaks is equal to 2 minus for p orbital L is equal to 1 end. It is 1 end. 1 peak is there. Here also, number of peaks is equal to 3 minus n minus L. L is equal to 1. 2 end. 2 peaks end. Now, predict how many peaks for 3D orbital in distribution curve. How many peaks are available for 3D orbital? How many peaks? Tell me yourself. Number of peaks is equal to n minus L in probability distribution curve. How many peaks are possible for 3D orbital? Yes, it is. Number of peaks, 3 minus L is equal to 2 end. For D orbital, that is equal to 1 end. For 4D orbital, that is 4 minus 2, that is 2 peaks end. That means the value it is applicable for 3D and it is applicable for 4D end. But the shape, that is sharpness and width of the shapes are maybe different end. But only 1 peak, 2 peaks are available end. 1 peak, 2 peaks are available end. Now how much for 4F orbital? How much for 4F orbital? Tell me. How much for 4F orbital? Yes, 1. Because 4 minus for F3 ending, L value, that is 1 ending. So similarly, we are going to predict number of peaks in probability distribution curve. Now I am going to find out so maximum value, that is maximum distance. So which one has greatest maximum distance for different orbitals in probability distribution curve? I am going to draw here. That is called as most probable radius angle. Most probable radius. So see here. This is D or PR, probability function. This is R. This is R. I am going to write 2S and 2P curves and 2S and 2P curves. So see here. This is for 2S orbital. This curve is for 2S already I draw in previous boards. Okay, that is 2S orbital. Now I am going to draw 2P orbital. So 2P orbital have how many peaks? Tell me, how many peaks for 2P orbital? Yes, one. I'm going to draw here. It is for 2P. It is for 2P. It is for 2P. Now it is maximum distance. It is maximum distance. Maximum for 2P. It is maximum for 2S. That means maximum radius for 2S. This is the maximum radius for 2S. But this is the maximum radius for 2P. That means maximum radius for 2S is greater than that of 2P. Greater than that of 2P. So based on these curves, that is most probable radius for 2S greater than 2P. Similarly, 3S greater than 3P greater than 3D. Similarly, 4S greater than 4P greater than 4D greater than 4F. Like this. These are the distances, maximum probable distances. So that is the maximum distances. So these are very, very important. So towards your objective point of view, so this number of peaks, the distances, that is 0.53 angstroms, 2.1 angstroms, that is 0.8, 1.1 angstroms in case of 2S. Okay, all those values you should remember. All those values you should remember because those are very, very important towards your objective site, not for subjective value. That is the descriptive part. Intermediate exams, in those exams, those where these values, these curves are not included. These are only, today's class only for objective side. Only for objective side. Now I am going to draw some orbitals. That is S orbital, P orbital, D orbital, that shape. So I am going to discuss orbitals. Today's class only for objective side. Please be mind. Topic is shapes of orbitals. Already you know shapes are different orbitals. S orbital has spherical shape, P orbitals have dumbbell shape, D orbitals have double dumbbell shape, F orbitals have four-fold dumbbell, that is the dispersed shape. Now I don't explain this concept, but what are the probability functions? What are the psi functions for these orbitals? For these orbitals, psi functions. See here. So first of all, S orbital. S orbital. No doubt we know the shape of this S orbital is spherical. The shape of this S orbital is spherical. Why it is spherical? That is explained on the basis of some concepts. S orbital. What are those S orbitals? 1s, 2s, 3s. These are the number of S orbitals existable. S orbitals. For S orbitals, psi functions that is the theta and phi value for S orbital, whatever it may be the S orbital, sorry, it is nothing but angular part ending. Angular part of the orbital ending. If psi r is taken, that is the radial part of the orbital ending. So now I am going to take here only angular part. If this angular part of this S orbital is equal to, so this is some derivative part any. So those derivations are not needed here. It is under root 1 by 4 pi n. Under root 1 by 4 pi. This is the angular part of S orbital. Whatever it may be the S orbital. For that is 1 S orbital, 2 S orbital. So there are angular parts, psi value, radial part, L, M, sorry. N, L, M are used for radial part and angular part. N and L for radial part. L and M for angular part. Therefore, for S orbital, L value 0, M value also 0. L value 0, M value 0. That is theta and phi. There, that is 1 by 4 pi n. Whatever it may be the S orbital. That means angular part is constant. Angular part of this S orbital is constant. Whatever it may be, it is 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever it may be, angular part is this one because their L value, M values are same. L value, M values are same. So angular part is constant. So angular part is constant. That means radial distance. That means it has at any angle radial property is the same. Therefore, here angular part is a constant. Angular part is a constant in wave function. In wave function, angular part is constant for S orbital. Therefore, it has. Therefore, since it has spherically symmetrical shape. It has spherically symmetrical about its own nucleus. So that means that at any condition, that is when we are moving from the nucleus, that is at any angle, the radial probability distribution, that is psi value is constant at any angle. That's why if you draw the boundary, it is spherical. It is in spherical condition. That is why the shape is spherically symmetrical case. Spherically symmetrical case. So these are why S orbital has a spherical shape, because angular part is constant. Now, what is the radial part, sir? So these radial parts for 1s, 2s, 3s are different because n value is different. Radial part depending on n and L values. So even the L values are constant for S orbitals, n values are different. That is why radial part is different for different S orbitals. N, L, M for 1s orbital 1, 0, 0 only. For 2s orbital 2, 0, 0 only. 3s orbital 3, 0, 0 only. These are the different N, L, M values for different orbitals. So in all cases, N and L, M values are same. That is why psi, theta, phi, nothing but psi, L, M is equal to constant. But psi R value means psi N and L. So N value is variable. N value is variable. Because of that, so psi R values for different S orbitals have different values. Different S orbitals have different values because N value is different for all these cases. Now I am going to represent 1s and 2s orbitals psi R values for these cases. See here. Radial probability for S orbital. For 1s orbital, psi 1s, that is R ending. Nothing but psi 1s R, that is NL, that is psi NL R, that is 1s. For 1s, 1 comma 0, 1 comma 0, which is also taken as R, radial distribution, radial 1 comma 0, which is equal to 2 into, so it is a derived equation, no need to derive this, so you should remember, so Z by A naught into 3 by 2 e power minus Z R by A naught. And this is a radial function given for 1s orbital. For 1s orbital. Here, A naught is equal to Bohr's radius. A naught is equal to Bohr's radius. R is the distance from the nucleus. R is the distance from the nucleus. Z is the atomic number. Z is the atomic number. So this is the radial part of this 1s orbital. Now I am going to discuss how much is the radial probability density. Now I am going. It is a psi function. Now I am going to find out psi square. Psi square R. I am going to find out. Square this point. Square that one. That is 2 2 4 Z by A naught whole cube. That is e power minus 2 Z R by A naught. This is psi square. This is a psi square. Okay. Now if we want to draw a graph like this with R value, that is distance from the nucleus, and psi square R value and only radial probability distribution. The graph is like this. That means at the beginning, the psi square value is maximum. And as we away from the nucleus, the psi square value slowly decreases. So not touching to the x-axis. Please be mind. It is psi square R R. Psi square R R, not D function, not D function. It is just psi square. It is the line like this and like this. Okay. Now I am going to find out. So maximum probability. Maximum probability. How much is the maximum probability? For maximum probability, for R maximum, psi square is equal to 0. Take psi square is equal to 0 for R maximum. This is psi square. Therefore, it becomes 0. It becomes 0. That means in probability distribution curve, that is 1s orbital is like this. How much is the maximum distance? For this one, already I write in previous concept, that is this one as 0.53 angstrom. How much is this? I am going to derive this one from that relation. So for R maximum, distance maximum, peak maximum, and okay, probability maximum. So psi square becomes 0. So if it is psi square becomes 0, so enter one, that is e power minus Z, e power minus 2 Z by A naught becomes 0. A naught becomes 0. Okay. That is, how much is the final R value we will get? So see here, probability distribution curve. This is psi square. For a D function, psi square R dV and E, psi square R dV. That is, after final calculation, we will get R is equal to A naught by Z. R is equal to A naught by Z. So psi square is there. So dV, that is 4 pi R square dr. Yes, I will send the notes, you don't worry. R is equal to A by Z. For hydrogen atom, Z is equal to 1. Therefore, R maximum is equal to A naught. A naught is Bohr's radius, its value is 0.53. That's right. So in your graph, that is the D function with R. So lower maximum is available at 0.53 because of this reason. Because of this reason, that is the psi square becomes 0. Okay. So this is probability conditions for one S orbital. Similarly for 2s, 3s, 2p. So all those values are going to discuss. Okay, yes, 0.0593. No, it is 0. Already I corrected that one, my dear boy. That is 0.53 ending, 0.53 angstroms, because radius of nth orbit is equal to 0.539 into 10 power n square by z in formula. For hydrogen, that is z is equal to 1 is equal to n is equal to 1, that is 0.53 n. Already I corrected that one, you don't worry. Okay, so these are 1s orbital. Similarly, for 2s, 3s, every orbital you have radial function. For s orbital, only radial functions are exist. Angular functions are constant. For p orbital, both radial function and angular functions are exist. So all that note is I will send to you. Please take a look. Don't by heart them. Just take a look. All those values are given to you. So from that values, you have to calculate some problems. Okay. So that note I will send to you. This is the way to find out. So that maximum values. That maximum values. Okay. Now I'm going to take some problems based on these concepts. These concepts. So see here. If psi is used in a line, both positive and negatives are possible. If psi square is used in the line, only positives are applicable. Psi square is used in the line, only positive. So please be mind that one. So you should identify the variations. D square also includes the psi square. That is a D square condition also. Only positive lines, positive sides where the curves are applied in. See here. My dear boy, see these curves. See these. Here, only psi, just already I wrote for 1s orbital. It is for 2s orbital. For 3s orbital. That is a psi function. It is a psi square function signing. Only positive way. Only positive way. It is distribution constant for 1s, 2s, 2p. For 1s, 2s, 3s, distribution function. So I will send this note. So don't worry. Please take a look. That's enough. You don't try to by heart this one. Just take a look. That's enough for you. Okay. Similarly for p orbital. No. Balaji, don't take any snapshot. No need. I will send the notes. You don't worry. So for p orbitals, for d orbitals, different p orbitals and d orbitals, these are the curves. These are the curves. So where those are available? Okay. No. It is my personal notebook collecting from many standard books. Many standard books, not for our college book, not from our college book. It's my personal. That's enough. I wrote this material. Already every day I send a material to you, notes to you. That is only my handwritten notes. Some collection of number of books. That's sufficient for any objective side exam side. Any objective side up to advanced level. That's enough. You should only read that material. That's enough for you. Entire information coming out from that book. You should extract entire information from that material. That's enough for you. Okay. See here, I'm going to take some problems based on this. So see here, these are so I think see these are some radial functions and angular functions for different orbitals. One side radial function, one side angular functions are given to you. So these are different functions, radial and angular functions. Collection of these two gives total psi function. Total psi function. Okay. So all those I will send. You don't worry. So problems based on this concept. So what are the ways to find out? The problems are here. See here. For an orbital, in B plus 4, radial function is given to you, that is R is equal to 1 by 9 root 6 Z by A naught 3 by 4 sigma e power minus sigma by 2 where sigma is equal to ZR by A naught and A naught is equal to 0.529 angstrom. Okay. Z is equal to atomic number. R is equal to radial distance from nucleus. These are the conditions given to you for that P plus 4. The radial nodes of orbital at a distance from the nucleus is dash. Radial node. So the word that is radial nodes. Nothing but node n. Node means psi square is equal to 0. Psi function is given to you. Radial function. So radial function is there. Radial node we will get. Angular function is given there. Angular node is we will get. And here only radial node is there. A radial function is given to you. Find out psi square is equal to 0. So it is nothing but psi Rn. Nothing but psi Rn. And directly given to you. So squaring on both sides. Squaring this one. Psi square 0. Psi square 0. So what we will get? Psi square is equal to 0 means psi is equal to 0. Already psi is given to you. So from this, so 4 minus sigma into sigma is equal to 0. Am I correct? From this, 4 minus sigma and sigma is equal to 0. Because, so take this one as 0. This is equal to 0. Except these two, all these are come to that side. That is 4 minus sigma into sigma is equal to 0. That is psi square is equal to 0, nothing but psi is equal to 0. Now from that, the relation is, that is 4 sigma minus sigma square is equal to 0. That is 4 sigma is equal to sigma square. That implies sigma is equal to 4. So sigma is given to you as this much, but sigma is equal to ZR by A naught. Sigma is equal to ZR by A naught. Now, sigma is equal to 4. Therefore, 4 is equal to ZR by A naught. ZR by A naught. Substitute those values. Z value, R value, all those. Therefore, 4 is equal to Z value. What is this? Boron. That is boron. So for boron, Z value, how much? hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. That is 5 NA. 5 R. That is we want to calculate where the distance is there by A naught. A naught value is this much, 0.529. 0.529. Now R is equal to. So after final calculation, R value becomes 0.423 angstrom. 0.423 angstrom. So that is the way to find out where the node is there at a distance from the nucleus where node is exists. So for 1s orbital, I calculated there 0.538. But this one, but boron plus 3, for this boron plus 3, that is at a distance 0.423 angstrom. At a distance 0.43 angstrom. So very, very important model, dear boys. So please be mind. So whatever it may be the function given to you, take it as 0 for nodes. So required quantity, except required quantity, remaining all becomes 0. So from that, calculate that R value. From that, calculate that R value. That is enough to you. Okay. Next. Next problem. What is the most probable distance? Most probable distance means maximum distance value. What is the most probable distance of 1s electron in a He plus ion? If wave function for orbital is given by psi is equal to root z cube by pi a naught whole cube into e power minus zr by a naught. Okay. Here a naught is equal to 0.529 angstroms or 52.9 picometers. 52.9 picometers. So find out R value. Lower maximum R value. Try yourself, just like in the previous case. Take this one as 0. Find out that R value. That value, R value is how much? That is the maximum distance, maximum probable distance. Maximum probable distance. Peak value maximum at there. Try yourself. Take psi is equal to 0. Take psi is equal to 0. See here. Take psi is equal to 0. That implies this becomes 0 only. This is by 0 by something 0 only. Therefore, e power minus zr by a naught is equal to 0 only. Therefore, minus zr by a naught is equal to e power 0, which is equal to 1 and which is equal to 1. Okay. Now, minus zr is equal to a naught and a naught. So it is a modulus condition. So z never becomes 0. Therefore, zr is equal to a naught. Therefore, r is equal to a naught by z. R is equal to a naught by z. So R value a naught value this much, that is 52.9 picometers by Z. Which one is it is? Helium. And for helium, Z is equal to 2. Z is equal to 2. Therefore, 26.45 and is the answer. Or in angstroms, by yourself in angstroms. 26.09. Okay. So this is picometers. That means whatever it means the function is given to you, equate to 0, equate to 0, and find out that R value. That is the value he want to ask you. Okay. Now, another one. Given wave function represents which orbital of hydrogen atom? Which orbital of hydrogen atom? So that is phi is equal to 1 by 4. Psi is equal to 1 by 4. 1 by root 2 pi. 1 by A naught whole power 5 by 2. R into e power minus R by 2 A naught cos theta. Here theta is equal to angle from Z axis. Angle from Z axis. So what is that? Which orbital it is? 1s, 2s, 2p. If it is b, it is. If it is p, px, py, pz. Which is the orbital? What is that orbital here? So please be mind. It is comparative study only. So compare this equation with your known equation, that is radial probability, that is radius is equal to RR is equal to, please be mind, it is a known term from known equation, RR is equal to K into R power L K dash into K dash minus R e power minus R by N A naught N. Please be mind, this is important. So compare this equation with this equation. Identify which is the orbital. And try yourself. So this is the equation. From this, I am going to take psi square is equal to 0. If psi square is equal to 0, cos theta is equal to 0. Cos theta is equal to 0. Psi square is equal to 0 means that is not end. That is not right. Cos theta is equal to 0. Cos theta is equal to 0 means that implies cos 90 is equal to 0. Cos 90 is equal to 0. That means at an angle of 90 degrees from Z axis, that is at an angle of 90 degrees from Z axis, nodal plane exists. Nodal plane exists. See here, for px orbital, nodal plane, yz plane, nodal plane. nodal plane, because P is L is equal to 1, L is equal to when number of nodal planes is equal to 1 end. For Px orbital, YZ plane. For Py orbital, XZ plane end. So here is Y, XZ plane end. For PZ orbital, Z is there, XY plane of the nodal planes end. Okay. For Z axis, nodal plane from 90 degrees, nodal plane is XY plane end. Z axis to 90 degrees, that is XY plane end. That is XY plane is the nodal plane end. XY plane is the nodal plane. That means for this orbital, XY plane is the nodal plane end. One nodal plane is there. Now what is that orbital here? See here. From this R into K into R power, here it is R, R power 1 is there, R power L is there. Therefore, by comparing these two, L is equal to 1. L is equal to 1 is nothing but, that is a P orbital end. P orbital means that may be Px, Py or Pz orbital end. So because nodal plane is xy, that orbital should be Pz orbital end. These two are not existent. The orbital should be Pz orbital because for D orbital, P orbital. See once again. So I'm going to once again I'm giving some information towards this nodal plane. I'm giving towards this nodal plane. Please hear. By comparing this equation with this equation, R power L is R power 1. Therefore, L is equal to 1. L is equal to 1 is only for P orbital. P orbital means that may be Px orbital, Py orbital, Pz orbital. Because cos theta is equal to 0, that is 90 degrees. That means at an angle of 90 degrees, there is a nodal plane. There is a nodal plane. So at an angle of 90 degrees means with respect to Z axis, that plane should be XY end. XY plane nodal plane should be is for, that is only available only for Pz orbital end, not for Px and Py. Therefore, the orbital is, which orbital? The orbital is a Pz orbital end. The orbital is a Pz orbital end. This is very, very important. Okay, just you know this one end. So compare this equation with given condition. Compare this one. Okay, so this is one of the ways to calculate the identification of the orbitals. Identification of the orbitals. Next one. Another problem. Before going to take that one, I am giving which one is the nodal plane for which orbital. See here. See here. S orbital. L is equal to 0. No nodal plane. Because nodal plane is equal to L. For P orbital, L is equal to 1. That means one nodal plane exists for P orbital. So see here, for P orbital, that is P means Px, Py and Pz. That means, see here, this is the P orbital, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. P orbital have dumbbell shape. If the dumbbell shape that is on x-axis, that is electron density is on x-axis, electron density is on x-axis. That means maximum probability of electron is finding only along x-axis. The plane corresponds to, this is the plane end. This plane perpendicular to this axis. This plane is nothing but YZ plane end. This plane has no electron in it. That means this plane acts as nodal plane for this Px orbital. That's why for Px orbital, YZ plane is the nodal plane end. YZ plane is the nodal plane end. Similarly, for Py, if it is Y, XZ end, except that Y, XZ plane is the nodal plane end. For Pz, Z is there, XY plane is the nodal plane end. XY plane is the nodal plane end. Please be conscious. Okay? For Px, YZ plane, Py, XY plane, XZ plane, Pz, XY. So it is there, only XY. So altogether, XYZ are available. So these are the nodal planes. Next, for D orbitals. For d orbitals, L is equal to 2 and L is equal to 2 means two nodal planes are exist. Except for dz square and except for dz square remaining have two nodal planes and what are those orbitals? See here. Those orbitals are dxy, dyz, dxz. These are the three orbitals. These orbitals, the probability of finding electron, that is between the axis and electron density between the axis. It is xy, it is x-axis, it is y-axis. If electron density is between the axis, on the axis are nodal planes. Those axes are nodal planes. Therefore, for dxy, so xz and yz planes are nodal planes. Xz and yz are nodal planes. Next, for dyz, that means if it is y-axis, it is the z-axis. If electron density is between the axis, now on the axis are nodal planes. On the axis, what are those on the axis? That is, x is not there. That is xy plane and xz plane are the nodal planes. It is xz and yz are nodal planes. There xy and xz are nodal planes. Similarly, for dz square, xz, here also electron density between the axis. Electron density, it is x-axis, it is z-axis. Which one is not there? Y-axis side. That means xy plane and yz plane are nodal planes. That means the two nodal planes are there. These are those planes. So for xy, xz and yz, for yz, xy and xz, for xz, xy and yz. So these are the nodal planes for dxy, dyz, dxz. Their electron density between the axis. At an angle of 45 degrees, electron density exists. That means at an angle of 45 degrees, that is psi square is the maximum. At an angle of 45 degrees, psi square is maximum. But on the axis, psi square is equal to 0. That is the plane corresponding to those lines, or psi square is equal to 0. So all these are conditions. It is for d order. So dxy, dyz, dxz. Next, there are two other orbitals are there. There are two other orbitals are there. That is dx square y square and dz square. These are the two orbitals. Here, electron density. See here. It is x-axis, it is y-axis. Electron density on the axis standing. In previous case, between the axis. In previous case, these are the between the axis. If it is a square orbital, on the axis is the electron density. On the axis, psi square is the maximum. That means the planes at an angle of 45 degrees, at an angle of 45 degrees, psi square is equal to 0. At an angle of, that means, so for this dx square y square, xy, that is xz and yz planes at an angle of 45 degrees, nodal planes are existent. For xz and yz planes at an angle of 45 degrees, those are the planes at an angle of 45 degrees for xz and yz planes. Those are considered as nodal planes. Those are considered as nodal planes. For z orbitals, for z, that is z square and u, that is dz square. dz square orbital, see here, the dz square orbital is like this. This is XY plane, or sometimes x-axis, only. Okay, or it is or x-axis only. This is z-axis only. This is z-axis. Now there is a lobe on z-axis. There is a lobe on z-axis. Now a torque along that xy plane and along that xy plane. This is z-axis. So d z square orbital. For this, there exists a conical surface. See here. It is just like a cone. Here also. So this cone, along this cone, node is existent. Not a plane, a conical node is existent. So your node is conical surface. Conical surface. That conical surface is taken as node. So these are different nodal conditions for different orbitals. For s orbitals, no angular nodes because L is equal to 0. For p orbital, only one angular node. For d orbital, two angular nodes. So those are nothing but planes. So these are the different cases for different orbitals. Okay. So in our problem, that is in your previous case, the problem is cos 90 degrees is equal to 0. That means the plane xy, the plane xy is the nodal plane. That is why it is taken as PZ case. So in that previous problem. So xy plane is that is L is equal to 1. L is equal to 1 is nothing but p orbital. XY plane is nodal plane. That is why xy plane is nodal plane is only for pz orbital. That is why the orbital is pz orbital. There is the identification if you know the which plane is the nodal plane for which orbital. So these are the shapes of different orbitals. So some problems based on that. Okay. So now I'm going to take one more problem here. For a 3s orbital, so this is for yourself, try yourself. For a 3s orbital, psi 3s is equal to 1 by 9 root 3, 1 by a naught, 3 by 2, 6 sigma minus, plus sigma square e power minus sigma by 2. E power minus sigma by 2. Here, sigma is equal to 2rz by 3a naught. What is the maximum radial distance? What is the maximum radial distance? What is the maximum radial distance of node from the nucleus? Nodes from the nucleus. My dear boys, it is a node. Nodes. Node means psi square is equal to 0. So continue. That is psi square is equal to 0 or psi is equal to 0. And psi square is equal to 0, psi is equal to 0. From that, find out that node. That is how much is the R. Try it. Try yourself. Waiting for you. For 3s orbital, atomic number we don't know. So that is the final answer in terms of Z. A0 we don't know. That is the final answer in terms of A0. Give that relation. It is sigma square minus 6 sigma plus 6 is equal to 0. B square minus 4AC. 4AC by 2A. 2 into 1. That is sigma is equal to 6 plus or minus 36 minus 24 by 2. That is equal to 3 plus or minus root 3 ending. Root 3. Root 3 finally. Okay. This is sigma. The sigma is applied here. Therefore, so from this, 3 plus or minus root 3 is equal to 2R by Z, 3A0. 3A0. That implies R is equal to 3A0, 3 plus or minus root 3 by 2Z. So this is the answer. Finally, we will get. Okay. So this is the way to find out radius and rows at a distance, maximum distance, node conditions. Okay. So this is the end of your shapes of different orbitals. S orbital spherical shape, P orbital dumbbell shape, D orbital double dumbbell shape. So that is dx, y, z. On the axis some orbitals and between the axis some orbitals. Okay. Squared orbitals on the axis, x, y, y, z, x, z orbitals. Their electron density between the axis. All those orbitals are shapes already I drawn here. Okay. So this is all about your shapes of different orbitals and node and nodal conditions. Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss there is different rules to write the electronic configuration. Aufbau rule, Pauli's rule, Hund's rule, what are the stability conditions. All we are going to discussing tomorrow class ending. So I think tomorrow will be the last class for this atomic structure. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, my dear boys. So have a nice day. Thank you.